Mesopotamia, down in the Tigris-Euphrates Valley. That was the place Abraham's hometown. It was there that God called him. And that's the end of our first section. Now we move on to section verses 3 through 16. And and said unto him, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and come into the land which I shall show thee. God called Abraham away from his home, because it was a home of idolatry. Then, verse 4, Then came he out of the land of the Chaldeans, and dwelt in Choran. And from thence, when his father was dead, he removed him into the land wherein ye now dwelt. Basically where they dwell now. And ye gave him none inheritance in it, no, not so much as to set his foot on. Yet he promised that he would give it to him for possession, and to his seed after him, when as yet he had no child. He is relating the story of Abraham. This shows the faith of Abraham. God had promised him a child, and God had promised him the land. Although Abraham had neither one, he believed God. Verse 6, And God spake on this wise, that his seed should sojourn in a strange land, and that they should bring him into bondage, and entreat of them evil for 400 years. And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge, saith the Lord, and after that shall they come forth and serve me in this place. And he gave him the covenant of circumcision. And so Abraham begot Isaac, and circumcised him the 8th day, and Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot the 12 patriarchs. Stephen goes from Abraham to the patriarch period. He speaks of the brethren of Joseph, motivated by envy and hatred, who sold Joseph into Egypt. But God overruled and used Joseph to save them. What we have here is really the spiritual interpretation of the Old Testament. That makes this a remarkable section. Verse 9, And the patriarchs, moved with envy, sold Joseph into Egypt, but God was with him, and delivered him out of all his affliction, and gave him favor and wisdom in the sight of Pharaoh king of Egypt, and he made him governor over Egypt and all his house. Now there came a dearth over all the land of Egypt and Canaan, and great affliction, and our fathers found no substance. But when Jacob heard that there was corn in Egypt, he sent out our fathers first. And at the second time Joseph was made known to his brethren, and Joseph's kindred was made known unto Pharaoh. Then sent Joseph, and called his father Jacob to him, and all his kindred 75 souls. So Jacob went down into Egypt and died, he and his fathers, and there carried over into Shechem, and laid in the sepulchre that Abraham bought for a sum of money of the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem. Now Stephen comes to another period in the history of these people. He is going to remind them of the deliverance out of Egypt. God made Moses the deliverer, and he shows that at first the children of Israel refused to follow Moses, and that Moses had trouble with them all the way.